Hello everyone, this is Dan and More Old Stuff, and now a little tour of the vintage things that I picked up just recently. Again, went to a really cool series of garage sales today. It was in a retirement home community. A lot of walking because it was hard to find anywhere to park, so we were parking and walking from house to house. But so we hit up one house in particular. I got a couple other things out of there, but this one house in particular, she was opening like her mother's storage crates, and she was opening them up right there in the street, and people were just kind of rummaging through it. And some lady in front of me picked up all of this stuff and just kind of pilfered through it and then put it down, and then so I grabbed it right away while I was watching her. This is really neat. It's called the Adams Bell toy telephone. Gosh, it's got to be 40s. Top, unfortunately, is a little rough, but at least we have the box to this. Got some cool pictures on here, and in it is in very, very good condition this toy phone. It's a plastic phone. It's in really good shape. I'm really surprised how good shape this is in. Made in Cincinnati, Ohio, by the Adams Plastic Products Company. And there you go. It doesn't do anything. Oh, it does turn. Oh, it does ring a bell when you turn it. There you go. Yeah. You can go back. It's not spring loaded. You kind of have to. So basically it works. It's in really good shape. My wife was doing a little research on it. She's still learning how to do research, but she came across it. It was in bad shape, and I don't think it had a box when she came across for like $15 or something. I paid $10 for this, but I think it's worth it. I still am going to do some more research on it. I haven't had a chance to really look into this one. But I think it's probably worth more than that. I think I can get over 20 for it easy. I just liked it. Very rare you find toys in their boxes, and so I jump on them no matter what, because if nothing else, I'll hang on to it for myself because I like telephone stuff, so that's a good thing. This was from the same person. What's interesting, this is an old shoebox from the 50s, actually. It's got writing all over it. It's almost like everything that was ever put in this box was written on here in ink. There's interesting dates dating back to, this is 1985, and that there was a fire engine, fireman, lots of other something I can't see. It's over with tape. This tape on the front is the oldest one. It says Cars, Trucks, 12288. Johnny Buddy, Under the Tree, all at least 50 years old. So this box. So here we go. The grand open. And this is very, very cool. Full of really, really neat old vintage automobiles. There's cast iron. There's rubber cars. There are lots of plastic. But in here, I sat at lunch, and my wife and I sat at lunch after we picked this stuff up and started going through it and picking out the pieces. Now, some of these things I haven't yet identified, anywhere from $10 to $15 a piece for some of these plastic ones. This particular one, to me, is really interesting. There's another piece in here to it, but I'll show you here. So I'm just going to start laying this stuff out and showing you. This is an interesting one. I think this one was about $15. It's got all the little sirens and light and the antenna still on it. It says Acme Plastic Company is what it says on that one. This is a whole set of little toys. I got a couple in here that are really cool. This one particularly. This is cast iron. Oops. Cast iron. And it has all the little cars that go on it. Let me get this down here where I can see it better. And it has all the little cars, which is really neat. And they'll actually fit two up in there. You kind of have to, because I'm only one-handed right now. Up in there. There's that one. The other car tends to roll off the back. But not only did it come with 4 cars, there were actually 10 cars in total on all this. So there's extra cars. So out of this box, this was a really nice find. This particular set, we're seeing this set sell for about $60 to $70. That's the truck and 3 to 4 cars on the carrier. I've found these green cars, or these cars. There was a blue one, and I have a blue one in here somewhere in the box. They were selling for $8 to $12 a piece for each one of these cars, because these cars are the missing pieces. If you've got the carrier trailer and the truck and you need the little cars, there you go, there's the cars. So there's easily $100 here just in these pieces and the little tiny cars. There's some other interesting ones in here. This is a piece of these I believe go together. So this is a fuel pump, and I think it's missing. There was probably a bulb, a glass, or what looked like the glass top round bulb up here. If you can see it, it says high test. That's a sticker. It has a hose and a little nozzle that actually looks like it pumps something, because there's a spring in there. And I believe that you could put water in this and pretend it's gas. You go to your car and you put the nozzle in this hole right here, and you actually pump water into this. Let's open this and show you the hood here. Sorry, I'm gonna do this one-handed and it's not working very well. So you put and it fills the engine. There's a little tube, and then when it overflows, that little black thing that's sticking up, it squirts out of there. This is really neat. There's the hose underneath. You can see how when you put the water in there. And this is a Keystone toys. Keystone, they made a lot of cast iron toys too back in the day, but this is a Keystone set that came with this. I could not find the pump anywhere, but I did find several cars, and I'm seeing the cars anywhere from $10 to $40 for these cars. But I think with this set, even though it might be missing a top of some kind here, this could be probably $60, $70 setup. I don't know. It's one of those things I'm just gonna have to kind of play by ear until you see them. But everything's in really good shape on this. It paints it on there, and everything's really clean. So that's kind of one of the cool ones out of the batch here. A couple other ones here. This is a Auburn. It is missing a wheel, but the wheel is it's a rubber wheel. The wheel was wrapped in tape inside of here, but the wheel's split. It's really old rubber. This whole car is actually made out of rubber. They used to make toys in the 40s out of rubber. You probably can still find a lot of the animals made out of rubber. There's like horses and cows and pigs and all that made out of this hard rubber. It's a black rubber. It's real hard. Problem is, as it gets older, it gets real fragile. It dries out, and it'll crack and it'll shatter like glass sometimes. But this is a neat old car. But you know what was weird is I wasn't finding good prices on these. So there was probably so many of them made. And you can see Auburn Rubber Company. Auburn also made, I said they made the toys. There's a farm. I have some farm animals, and actually farmer and the farm lady and everybody that they made barns and stuff. So I'm not sure value on that one. I'm not seeing very high values on these. I mean, honestly, they were, selling for $8 to $10. So they must have made a lot of them. The fact that the wheel's broken probably it's not going to help the price on that. But, I don't know. Maybe somebody needs it. Somebody's got parts, whatever. And we got thing. So then I got a couple of these, and these are it's called, the name of the company is Manoil, Manoil, made in the USA. So this car was made for the American Flyer train company. And I have another one in here. Here it is. And so is this car. So that truck and car were both made for they're both man oil. Man oil. They have numbers, which was easy to find these because they're all numbered. This is the number 707. And this is the number 717 over there. And so they were made as for flatbed car, train cars, and this was the load that would sit on top of a flatbed train car. So this is kind of the accessory for a O scale American Flyer train car. They get separated as always, when you have accessories like that. So so these are fetching about $20, close to $20 a piece. So I guess if you've got American Flyer and you're looking for that particular car and you're looking for the load that goes on it, that's what this is all about. So the gas car, all the wheels are intact. The wheels are actually made out of rubber on these too, which is interesting, and really good shape. So that was kind of cool. This is a really neat one here. This big boy, I have yet to find one. But the fact that it's probably it's the biggest one I got in this whole box. Metal Masters company, made in the USA. Again, probably 40s, early 50s maybe. Kind of made out of a cast aluminum is what this is. We've seen a few of them that actually we did find one that didn't have wheels and had been stripped and was basically sandblasted down to the metal. For like $15 or $20, so I don't know. The wheels are on this. Yeah, we'll see what the values are on that one. I'm still kind of researching that. I love that it's got the decal on it, but it's like the chief's car, fire chief's car, for a set somewhere. But I really like that one too. And it's just a miscellaneous grouping. This one is a plastic car made by Acme. Sorry. So Acme, yeah, there we go. Acme, made in the USA, plastic. It says the airline limousine on the top. This was selling for $12. So just the little plastic cars are selling in here for $12. This is another one made by Acme. And that was going for about $12. And we got this little set of fire trucks and vehicles here. There's a little set of those. There's some odds and ends stuff in here, which they don't have names on them. They're, it's just getting harder to research these. We were eating lunch while we're trying to do this, so we got kind of the best that we could out of this. But this is a neat one. This was bringing about $25. This is made in Israel. Company is called Craigstan, Cragstan. Made in Israel, and it's an ambulance, a Chevelle ambulance, and it's in its box. Box which is like a garage. You open this garage door and you could roll it out, so it's kind of like the box becomes part of the toy, which is kind of neat. It's got some wear on it. It looks like it's been played with. It's got a little wear, a little dirt on it, so it was definitely somebody's toy, probably in the 60s. And it looks like what I found, there's like dated 1968 and stuff like that on these. But I think in the box, maybe like $30 maybe for the in the box. So diecast. So back in the day, diecast was actually fairly new. That's kind of a cool toy. Then there's just odds and ends here. This is a cast iron toy with wooden wheels, but I have no idea who makes it. There are no marks on this, so it's now just a matter of googling photographs. Trying to look through photographs and see. Or just, hey, with what I got in here, I think there are about 36 vehicles I got in this whole lot. And I paid for this whole box of 36 vehicles $40. So I mean, I'm already looking at over $250 so far from what I know, what I potentially could get from this. And I say potentially, I don't, you know, some of these may go up, some maybe more as or less as I go through them, but still, it's pretty good. And it's I love the vintage stuff. So vintage toys are great, and so this will keep me in. This will keep me in eBay for a few weeks. Keep me busy for listing, that's for sure. So, but anyhow, that's all I got for this load. This was just kind of a quick one on the vintage side and the collectible side. So for any of you guys who are toy collectors, this was kind of a cool little haul. Yeah, I got.